up in my feelings. I'm all up in my feelings, yeah. Tell me what you're feeling now that it's over. Let me talk about my feelings. Let me talk about my feelings, yeah. Kuchiziro amai, love is a fire. All up in my feelings, I'm all up in my feelings, yeah.
Right, Anzi, this is not really a comment about a specific episode, but I just wanted to write and say thank you for all you're doing in helping people share their stories. You have no idea how much your vision and purpose has helped me overcome some dark times. And more than that, you've reminded me that in every relationship I've been through, there's always been a lesson to gain from it.
Oh, nice.
So thank you so much, Tinto. I hope that all your work continues to grow and that it touches many more lives like it has done for me. What a blessing it's been in such a difficult year.
Man, such nice words. Thank you very much.
Incredible.
you.
This is now a question. Is there a way to have guests from other countries that are not based in England? I think it would be a good thing to do so.
We got guests from all over.
Right.
I've got guests who've recorded from Japan.
Yeah.
I got guests from Australia. Some people from Bahamas. The last 2 weeks, I've had guests from Nigeria. So if that person by chance is interested, just come into the DM. We have an initial contact, and then we record the episode.
Right. Hansi, your podcasts have taught me valuable lessons. I was at a point in my life where I thought I was getting I thought something was seriously wrong with me. It had to me, but then some of these stories got.
There must be some words missing.
Yeah, I think she wanted to. They wanted to say it had got to me, but then some of the stories got me back to reality.
Okay.
Thank you for the lessons.
Hey, you're welcome.
And the episodes that have the guys sharing their stories are so fun to listen. It's rare to hear a guy's perspective about a relationship. And the icing on the cake is that the person asking the questions is also a man. There's less chance of bullshit, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I think the first part is something that we're talking about, like opening
earlier on. Absolutely.
You know, all that stuff.
Thank you.
And I love your podcast.
Thank you. Exclamation mark.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark.
It's my guilty pleasure. Miss
nice.
Naive had me gobsmacked and shocked.
Yeah.
And the girl who lied about the true father of her child and was sleeping on the floor with the guy who wasn't even her baby daddy are my favorite episodes. Please keep up the good work. I learn a lot from you and your guests.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
And that 3 sitting ducks dude made me so angry.
Yeah.
It's guys like that make me not believe in love at all. It feels like love is a very cruel place with a lot of unknowns that will bite you hard.
That guy made a lot of people feel a type of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I often listen to your podcast and get a burning urge to tell my own stories, but I don't reach out because my lesson won't be too different from what is shared in the episode. Maybe you could get people to voice note you their verbal or short responses to an episode, and the responses might include short snippets of their versions of their story, almost allowing for a review of some episodes. I would be happy to help make it happen. Otherwise, I love the podcast. Keep it well.
That is great support and a very good suggestion. Thank you.
That is incredible.
Thank you.
I thought that was dope. And probably 2 of the most memorable episodes for me were the ones with Captain Planet and I was in utter disbelief at the nerve of the guy. At the nerve of the guy as I listened to the first episode and
Yeah.
most of the second. But at the end of the second episode, I realized that sometimes we're just not the best versions of ourselves, but there's always room for growth if you seek it. Ultimately, the biggest lesson we need to learn in looking at our past relationship failures and those of others. Keep up the good work, Tinto.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for the podcast. It helped me forgive myself
Wow.
for abandoning myself when a guy I was interested would not take no for an answer. Thankfully, nothing happened. The experience left me shaken. Thanks again for the podcast.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Wow. Anzi, when is Captain Planet coming for a third installment?
I'll try and see if I can find him, but I haven't able to reach him lately.
Right.
Yeah.
Anzi, ask why I go to a therapist here, Tinto, because you always have the best advice.
It's just nice to listen to people.
Yeah. So Anzi, very difficult. They are all interesting in their own ways. I think they're referring to favorite episode.
Yes.
But since you twisted my arm, the very first one is it was what got me hooked onto wanting to keep listening as this hadn't been done before.
Okay.
Right. It's a lot of people saying, good.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
It's encouraging because the first thing that I said to myself was I want to be able to reach 100,000 listeners
Right.
in 24 months.
Right.
And when it started off, I kind of got a bit discouraged.
Right.
But I am so happy we've broken the 50,000 listens and downloads barrier.
Right.
From the look of things, we're
Yeah.
very likely going to hit 100,000 before June next year.
That's incredible.
And for me, this kind of support is so encouraging because,
That's
as you know,
yeah.
producing this is a lot of work. It's huge emotional drain and it's a lot of work. It just
Yeah.
takes physical
Yeah.
power and mental power, but
Yeah.
that keeps me going. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Wow, Anzi, there's somebody. Anzi, please introduce me to Captain Planet. I really don't mind becoming a planeteer.
I've said this before. There are girls who actually want to be a part of this thing because he was so truthful.
Right.
That's the danger with being truthful. If it's handed to you in its purest form, as
Yeah.
humans, I don't think we're capable of consuming
Like,
it.
there's something about him.
Mhm.
It's called toxicity, girl.
And leave it alone.
And I enjoy your zeal in addressing issues that are considered a taboo in our
Yeah.
African culture.
That's
Is that
very important for me.
why is that an important?
It's
thing?
important because it's education. Education is everything. It feeds into history.
Right.
So some of the documentaries that I've done now, talk about Nyadze Matinji, which people think are taboo.
Right.
And the other one was around men.
Right.
Speaking openly about what you need to do to pleasure a woman. We're not taught to do these sort of things. So if we're not taught to do it, who do we expect to do it for us? We get mad when we say Varungu are the ones who are teaching us what to do with our culture. Well, speak up and do something for your own.
Right.
So I've taken up as a baton that I want to run with to educate my people about things that are taboo.
Right. Anzi, you're doing a great job. All those lessons are really making it easy for me to accept my situation. Good job.
Thank
It's a lot of these people saying good job. I think I'm going to the last one that I will read because I think it's a very important question. This person says, "Good job. I'm excited about the future of the filling station. It would be wonderful for it to reach a global audience."
That is amazing.
So now, what is the future of the filling station?
The future of the filling station can continue with the breakup podcast stories. I'm breaking into West Africa. West Africa is really coming on. I think the next 6 episodes that are coming interchanging between a man and a woman are all West African based.
Right.
So West Africa is opening up. I've had some inquiries from East Africa, Kenya and Tanzania, and I've had, interestingly enough, the Bahamas. It was really strange.
Right.
But somebody from the Bahamas is interested in doing something. I think I'm recording that in about 3 weeks
Right.
or so. So in terms of going global, it's happening. And that was always the vision.
Right.
Always the vision. And also to make sure that the names are always African because I think there's something special to tell about Africa.
Merchandise wise, is this a thing?
Well, merchandise right now isn't a thing.
Right.
Because building a tribe comes in having confidence.
Right.
I want people to have confidence in what the podcast is about.
Right.
And when they have that confidence, then they're more willing to get stuff like this.
Right.
Because it doesn't feel like it's being forced down their throat.
Right.
Excuse me. But they feel like they are supporting.
Right.
Which is why this whole buy me a coffee thing is important now.
Yeah.
And the question that I have is, are you feeling generous?
Enough.
Then buy me a coffee.
Right.
It's that simple. Merchandise, maybe in the new year.
Right.
Only if people want it.
Right.
And I'll get a cue from that in the comments. But I'm
Right.
not going to force it down their throats.
Right.
Because this is all about becoming better emotionally.
Right.
And if you feel that I have a way of achieving that with financial support, please be my guest. I'll accept it with open arms.
That's incredible. I think we've come to the end. I
Thank
don't have
you.
any other questions.
No, good, great.
This has been
It
incredible.
has been a marathon. I mean, I can't thank you enough for doing this daunting task. Those were a hell of a lot of questions. You handled them so well. I did. I mean, I didn't doubt your skills. You're a great podcaster. Anyway, so
It was easy. The energy is
Yeah.
from. But I was just
Yeah, yeah.
I was just curious to. I'm going to ask the
producer?
Do you have a name? We need to give this guy a name. We need to give this guy. We need to give this guy a name because he's been giving people.
you better give me a name with meaning.
You know
producer.
what? You know what?
Yeah. But this is not gonna end well. What?
I'm going to give you a name.
What are you gonna call me?
Robert.
Robert. Why the hell are you calling me Robert for? What the hell? Why?
That's all the time we had today.
And on that bombshell.
On that.
Nah, thank you, man.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you
Great.
for having me on the filling station. I've always wanted. I'm happy. It's happening on these circumstances.
Yeah.
Because I would have. It's such a milestone that we're celebrating.
yeah.
And you've, especially this year, considering all that has been happening.
Yeah.
The filling station has really occupied people's homes, people's hearts. And personally for me, I have a personal stake with the filling station because I've told you this before, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's the only, as a Zimbabwean,
Yes.
it's the only truly global.
Yeah, that's what you said.
podcast.
Global. Yeah.
It has that potential to reach. Saturday in the Morning is a Zimbabwean podcast.
It is.
Girl in Skies is a Zimbabwean podcast, right? The way we talk about issues, Two Broke Twimbos is a Zimbabwean podcast. The way we talk about our issues, the way we would talk about them.
Absolutely.
A Nigerian can't listen
They
to
can't relate.
Saturday in the Morning and say,
No, they wouldn't get it. They wouldn't get it.
But with you, breakup stories, love stories about feelings are a universal thing. We want to connect,
Absolutely.
we want to love, we want to feel loved.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see it, because I'm going to be rooting because that I'm a strong believer in that if good things are happening to a guy called Tendai, Munanonzi Mukudze, Aribaduze.
Oh yeah.
Zviri padhuze. I believe
and
that.
for me, this sort of support, your time and the producer as well, for the time that you're given, it will always be at the back of my mind. And it's not even at the back, it's the forefront.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a forefront of a back of a mind.
Yeah.
No,
front seat.
yeah, and people always say that when you were down, you always remember the people that helped you get up there. And for me, you guys are part of that network. And I just want to say thank you. And for everybody watching this on YouTube and listening to this on all streaming platforms again, thank you very much.
He said as he drafted an invoice.
This guy.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys. Peace out.
Tell me what you're feeling.
Satis on Daro Raini and Chagezai.
Tell me what you're feeling. Now that it's over.
Satis on Daro Raini and Chagezai.
Let me talk about my feelings. Let me talk about my feelings, yeah.
Rudoi motor noto kujidziro amai.
Kuchiziro amai. Love is a fire.
Rudoi motor noto kujidziro amai.
All up in my feelings. I'm all up in my feelings, yeah.
Every moment matters.